Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here. No, I couldn't sleep too good this morning. Had to get up. Thoughts on my mind. What am I thinking about? I'm thinking about the pains and sufferings of life. I'm thinking about the struggles that I got to get up on this Saturday morning and go through. Rather than just a Saturday morning of relaxation and cooling it, I got to make sure that vehicles are working properly. I got to make sure that work around the house is done. Oh, I got so much. I even got to wash dishes. So what I'm saying, it seems as if things are never done for people like myself, people who are like you, or should I say people who don't have the luxuries of life to make it a little easy. Rather than being on vacation, hey, we can't even go too far down the street because of the price of gas. Oh, it just hit me, ladies and gentlemen. It just hit me that in the beginning, we were given freedom. We could do what else we wanted to do. And there was basically one command, as the story goes, and that was that we listen to one voice. When the word says, "Thou shalt not do this" or whatever, it's basically saying, what I say goes. In other words, these are the rules of life. And if you want to live, follow the rules of life. If you want to live, stay on the road of life. Don't stray off, stray off, stray off. Yeah, a lot of many ways you can go over there, just doing all kinds of things. But if you want to live, stay on the road of life. If you want to go to Mississippi, stay on the certain highways. If you want to go to Florida, stay on the certain highways. If you want to live, stay on the road of life. And then the story says that we were influenced by something else. And you know, you can fill in the blank because people have said all kinds of things. So, but we were influenced, and being influenced, we swayed away from the road, and we haven't gotten back on that road yet. And it's not fair, ladies and gentlemen. You see, initially, life on that road was natural. You did things natural. When things didn't work proper, you knew it. You felt it. You didn't do it. Why? Because you didn't want it happening. It didn't go well with the road of life. But then, in listening to something else, part of that stray says, look, you can have it better than the road of life permits you to. But in order to do that, you got to come over here this way. You got to come over here this capitalistic way. Or you got to come over here this socialistic way, or this communistic way, or whatever I say way. You got to come off this road of life because you can have it better. And in coming off the road of life, the truth is, ladies and gentlemen, many of the supporters have it better. What I mean by better, you can have 15 cars instead of one. You can have uh, a mansion, and I'm talking about a literal mansion. Maybe I should another word. What are these billionaires? What do they live in? Yachts? I don't know. Well, you know what I'm talking about. You can have that if you stray off the path of life. But in straying off the path of life, you disrupt the flow. What happens is that rather than things happening for you the way the road of life led, now what's happening is that there's poverty that's created in your way. There's crime created in your way. There's violence that's created in your way. Yeah, there are those of you who are listening to those rules and regulations of this new way, and it's benefiting you. You might be wearing the title of the richest man on earth. You might be wearing the title of the next richest man. You might be wearing the title of the man with the biggest yacht. But down there, because of what the people are following, the dictates of this way, there's people whose kids don't even matter now because guns are so important. Guns are so important that the public must be well armed, just like if they're in the military. so that they can take control over all power that might try to pretend as if it's doing something for the public. And so you're destroying the public. So, ladies and gentlemen, it brings it back down to things that happened in Columbine, things that happened in Minneapolis, in every state of the union, things that happens in public arenas, danger, pain, and suffering, hate. All of these things happen because we're off the path of life, where justice and fairness exists. Now, all of us sitting here today listening to me and others, we know that we got some problem with the system. Our problems might be different than someone else's problem, right? We would agree on this. Is this right? All of us got a problem somewhere with the system. And really, all of us got problems that we blame somebody else for who really can't fix it, but they play a part in it. At least that's what we've been trained to believe. Like a spouse who might blame the other one for something that they really have no control over, but they are easy target, easy one to blame. Now, rather than blame what you really should blame, you might not even know who that is or what that is. We go through those when we struggle with stuff off the road of life. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are in this mix, in this moment in time, where the evidence is no more clear than it can get, because we know we love our children. Every last one of us love our children, even if we have done some things that look like we don't. Sometimes we did that thinking that was love. But whether you can know it or not, you don't have it, and children you don't know. But somebody said, but if you're a child, you know if you were loved. No, you don't. Because you don't know what love is. Not anymore. But what I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, there's no excuse. Somebody should be amongst you that is familiar with the truth. I say that because the road of life always has someone on it. And to be one on the road of life, the true road of life, recognizes the pain and suffering. And for some strange reason, they are leered off that path, not following the dictates of that to become part of that, but to expose that and to create a light that would lead you back to the path of life. So I guess what I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, in this thinking about unfairness, is that it's not smart for us to just say that the system is put up in such a way that the NRA and whatever force behind it is more powerful than the will of the people. We the people, it says statistically, or if the polls are correct, are fed up with the way the guns are available to. They're not trying to destroy the Second Amendment, not everybody, but they're fed up with the liberty that people have access to, and causing the pain and suffering that they do when it does not have to be done. Now, this are people. But the system, this organization, with the few people or enough people that you have put in power to represent you, to represent us, you put them there to represent us. And they are saying, we're sorry, we're not going to do what you want us to do. We're going to do what we are paid this extra money to do. See, that extra money is taking them off another path. I just got through talking about the path of life, going this way and that way. Now, we are already off the path of life here in every country, off the path of life. But you on that path of life, you still got the Constitution. You still got a path set. And all of a sudden, somebody, for one reason or another, want to go off on that path that has nothing to do with you, and yet got the control and the authority to do it. You see what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? If they can take these initiatives and redirect you and cause you to go to the store with all the prices up, when the shelves are being emptied, when the gas prices are going off, and you can't do anything but just go and stick your mouth out and do it. It seems like you, the people, can make a decision to change all of this. Change it. You can go back to the path of life. What that basically means, that means where you're living in peace. You're prosperous in your life. You're living free again. There's joy in the things that you're doing. And the way the system works, you, all of us, our dreams can come true. Our needs, our wants, and our desires. We're not suffering. We are not suffering food, clothing, or shelter. We're not suffering for a lack of education or health care or transportation or infrastructure. Our streets and stuff is not corrupt. They're beautiful. Why? Because we're about the business of life. And it's all good. Why? Because each of us play a part in it. We got a gift that gives us our greatest joy in doing. I am somebody, you know it. Why? Because you need me. And you can see what I've done in this mix. And because of that, we all own this stuff. So this great big mansion that we are living in is ours. 8 billion people. If you want, well, after we get America taken care of, 8 billion people living in one big mansion, enough rooms, enough toilets, enough everything. Good God Almighty, ladies and gentlemen, just talking about it, I can't see how you can sit back there and be controlled like like you say the Mexicans are being controlled because they are poor and stuff like that. Well, we got poverty in America. And just like the Mexicans are doing it, that's the way poverty exists in America. We talk about corruption in Russia. Yeah, we got corruption here. And just like it's maintained in Russia, maintained right here. We got a whole bunch of crazy stuff going on. And it's all representative of being off the path of life. We don't have to do it, but as long as we allow that to happen, as long as we say it's okay, we should even stop singing that song that we are the greatest or we are the champions, unless we are saying we, the people, we, the human race, are the champion. We Americans are not the champions of the world. Why would we want to be the champions of the world? Why can't we just be the world champions, all of us? Do you know what it means to be the champion of the world? Being the champion of the world means you're responsible for the rest of the world. You're responsible. If everything is great, you get the credit for it. When things are messed up, you get the credit for the blame for it. Why? Because you're the champion. You're the biggest. You're the best. But what is biggest? What is best? Well, goodness gracious. 12 minutes talking already. Well, look, ladies and gentlemen, I guess I might not have said much of nothing, but I shared with you what was on my mind. And if you have listened to me, chances are it's on your mind as well. But it's not just chatter. I'm trying to do this to stimulate all of us. And I need your stimulation in order for my stimulation to mean anything. This is not me. I'm telling you that this has got to be us. That's got to be us. See, if it's not us, it's not God. God ain't just about me. God is not just about you. God is about us. Us. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, goodbye.